Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Hi,
Yeah, I hope you can hear me.
please here.
Okay. So we can start now. Okay. We can start now. So I
Say
hope
what?
everybody is having fun. What your money is new. I want to find. Hello, sir.
Today we are dealing with the names Belinda. So we have two Belindas, the Grant and Belinda Anson. Unfortunately, we're having problems with our computer, so we are downloading the song afresh, a different computer.
Okay.
So please pardon us. Yes, sir, last week we couldn't join. So many glitches here and there. So
But
So
then we
Papa
got
Kwesi
it.
Anson is joining with the name Belinda, the two Belindas.
Okay. Okay. I get. Okay. With you.
Take your time. Hold on.
Okay. So I believe you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I can't see your screen.
Oh, my screen is shared, so check it. Let me see now.
Still.
Open Tony.
Yes. I can see your screen now.
Can you see? Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So can I start? So last time we were in module 1. Okay. We've done a lot in module 1. So I believe what we did, we went through a series of activities in module 1. Okay. Which I gave you how to start a simple Python program, which I believe all of you were able to run it. Were you able to run it? We did a program like to give a command to your computer. Okay, asking your computer what is your name. Okay, were you able to do it? Were you able to do it? Hello? Were you able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so we already know that programming is all about giving what instruction to what a computer system. Okay, so simple instruction. So this one inputs here, this input prompt the computer for information, and then we assign it. This one is to store. So here the information that I'll pass through from here will be stored at this point. Okay, so we went through how to also learn the so
You can come and see.
in the
Please, I can't see your screen well.
So you
Can you please hold on?
bring
Please, I can't see your screen.
Okay, so this is what we did last time. So now from here, I have my keyboard on screen. So you can see my keyboard on screen. Okay, you can see my keyboard on screen. So here we are asking the computer, we are giving instruction to a computer. Okay, so this is what we did last time. Now we want to see the outcome. We want to see the information that the computer will bring. So to see the information the computer will bring, we have to see that information. What we needed to do is to do the word print. Okay, so here is to get information from computer. So let's do this, shift this. Okay, get information from computer. Okay, so to do that we do the print. So print, what are we printing? we are printing name. We say print and we print the name. So you can see here, print. We've already done the print, sorry. So we are printing this name. Say name. Now, just to print this name, once you run your code like this place, you click here to run your code. You can see run. If you see my keyboard, you can see run here. So this is where we can run our code. Okay, so to run your code will tell you what the information that the computer brought to you. Okay, so now to do that, I'll click on run. So now you could see that the computer will prompt us and then ask a question: what is your name? Like what we coded here. Okay, so now we've given instruction to the computer to ask us our name, so that the computer will ask, what is your name? And you can see where the cursor is blinking. Because of this new line, this one means new line. It means that I said they should move to the next line. This sign to this means next line, this one. If I remove this line here and I run the code, let's take this one off and run the code again. So you could see that now I came here. You can ask you that what is your name, and the cursor is blinking on the same line. You can see that it's on the same line. So I didn't want it to be on the same line. So to be able to let it come to next line, we have this sign here, which I showed you on the keyboard. Okay, that you use this one, shift. This is what we want, but because this one is down, the sign is down, we will not do shift. So we do this, then we add our new line, and n simply means new line. So now when we run the code, instead of it to the cursor to blink here, it will not blink there, to come to this line, that is next line. So we'll stop the code. So this one to stop what we've wrote. So now everything will start again. Okay, everything will start again. So you can see that everything is starting again. So what do I need to do? I have to run my code again. So I'll click here, run. Okay, then they ask me, what is your name? So now I can type my name here. Let's say Kingsley. And then you hit enter on the keyboard. So now you can see that it has printed Kingsley. You can see that it has printed Kingsley. Now we want to add some information. So we want to see information, something here, like what we did here. When you check here, we have here, hello Kingsley. Okay, so we want to do something like that. Or we can say welcome Kingsley. Okay, so just to welcome the person. So we can say hello. We can hello, hello, hello. They say hello, welcome. So you have to add a comma here. The reason why this one is in quotes is that This one is a string. Okay, we'll go into deeper. So just instruction. This one is a variable. We'll go into deep. So each time you code to store, that will be a different. So this one is a storage. We store information. So when you are writing, you don't put it in quotes. But anything that is not a storage, you put it in quotes. Okay, that is a string. It's not a number. We don't put numbers in quotes. Okay, so if it's not a number, you put it in quotes. So any character which is not a number, you put it in quotes. Unless you want the number to be also like a character, then you put it in quotes. Okay, so now this is what a string. This is not a storage. Any storage, we don't put it in quotes. So now once you run your code, now you could see the information will come. Then you see that what is your name? I hope you can see. So now it's telling me that I need to provide information. That is the prompt. Now I'll put my prompt there and say Kingsley. Okay, then I will hit enter. So once you do that, to see the effect, you need to hit enter on your keyboard. So after that, you hit say enter on your keyboard. So once you hit enter on your keyboard, now you could see that hello, welcome Kingsley, which is very nice. So now you'll be able to give instruction to your computer and you prompt your computer for information. So this is what the practical we did last time. I hope it's clear. Okay, so now the next thing is, now you could see that here is untitled. It means that we've not saved our work. And we say something like, to save your work, you have to use what? Your name, use what? Your name.py to save your work. So now I want to save my work. So what do I need to do? I'll go to my name and I'll click here. So you can see here, this is what save. You can see there it's what save. So you click on save. Okay. So when you click on save, now it will take you to, now I created this folder. If you don't know, you can create this folder yourself. So my folder, I created it document. So you go to document, depending on where you want to work. So you go to document and then you could see that I created my folder named called pass. Okay, so now I can open that folder. Now you see my name.py. So I could see BBAH. That is my name.py. So now you could see that this is Python file. You can see Python file. So now I'll click on to save my work. So I'll click here, save. Okay, so now you could see that my work has been saved nicely. Okay, so this is how you can write your own instruction to the computer, and then you can also run using the Tony shell. So any output, when you print, if you want to see something from the work that you've done, we say you print it. So you print it to give you the output. Okay, so when I say print, then I'm printing what I store. That is my storage. This is where I took the information. So the prompt will take the information and then place it here. So if I want to see what the prompt place, now I'll print that. Okay, but I want to add a little bit of greeting to the name. And I'll say, if somebody come to your house, what do? You mention it, oh, hello, welcome. If you know the person, hello, welcome. Then you add the name Kingsley. Okay, so it's the same thing that we've done here. Okay, so that is the practical we did last time. Okay, so let's continue from module 1. This is what we did for module 1. So you could see the work that we did in module 1, and then we can run our code going through that. So here will aid us to run our code. So you can try yourself, and then if I run this hello, so to me that this one is going to bring my name multiple times. So you can see here it's going to bring like Kingsley. Hello, Kingsley. That's what it's going to be. Okay, if you try, let's say we come here. Hello, come here.
Again,
We're
please.
going to, yeah.
I think please help us with the runner of the code again.
Now to run the code, I'm saying that you can see this red button here. This is when you run your code last. You can stop everything. Okay, I can stop everything. So once you click here, this will stop everything. And now you can see this button here. The green one, this is to run your code. So you can see the run current script. Okay, so once you click here, it will run it. Okay, so you can see that it's now running, and I prompt us for the question. So now I see what is your name, and then once I type my name, on in, when you hit your enter key, enter on your keyboard, then it will print what the output for you. Now to save your file, now you can see that this work has been saved already. For instance, if it hasn't been saved, and then you write a new code, always you need to save that file. So for instance, if I've opened a new file here, I'll click on a new file, and then I'll say save. Okay, so now here to save it, you can see the button here is now active, but the one that hasn't been saved, it will not be active. So that is the difference. Okay, so you check here, you can see this one is what? It's on title. It means that I need to save this. Okay, so to save, you click on the button here, say save as. Okay, or you can do Ctrl+S to save. So I'll click on save. So it will take me to the location that I created my folder. So now you can see here, I have inside my documents, and I created a folder called PA class. So now I can type the name maybe that I want to save it, ADJEI. That's the name I want to save it. Then once you type the name, dot what? py. Okay, py simply means Python file. Okay, so .py, and then you click on save. You click on save. Okay, so now you can see that you've saved that. So once you save it, you can run it. Click on run, and then the program will run. Okay, because it was running before, so I need to run it again. Okay, or you can stop it. Click here and stop it. I hope it's clear now.
Yes.
Okay.
Very clear.
Okay, thank you. So now let's continue from where last time we. Okay, so now here where we studied, where we store the information, you can see here, I can see print name. Okay, so to do that, assuming I want to say Kingsley. So let's see, I can say print. So print simply means that you want to see the output. Then I'll give a salutation and say hello. Then I will say name. Okay, so name, name. So when you do name simply means that you are duplicating name. So anyhow you put it, you're going to call. If I say 4 times, you're going to call. So it means that we have the name. So this is the name. This is our storage. When we ask the information, we keep the information here. So I want to see what I kept there. So now I run this code. Okay. So now what will happen is that it will ask some question. Okay. So now it's telling us that you forgot comma. So you know that Python is intelligent. It's asking that you forgot comma. So simply means that whatever that we type here, we should put comma there just to differentiate them. Okay, so that tells you Python is intelligent. Okay, so now here it's asking us to put what comma there. So anytime you see
Kingsley,
yeah,
please.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, the quote. The quote. I noticed some is the double quote. Others are that's the single quote. Does
No,
it have any effect?
no. There's two ways you can either put a double quote or a single quote. They are the same comment. Okay, so you can either do this or that. Okay, so it doesn't. When we get to details, we will learn about it. But then you can use both either, but you just need to stick to one. Okay, okay. I hope it's clear. So now we have here. So I'll put Kingsley. I'll put Kingsley. So now you can see here I have hello Kingsley. I hope you get it. So I'm calling the name that I put is hello Kingsley. So that's what it means. Okay. So this is what you will see here from our class. So you can see hello, then you have the name. Okay. So now you ask yourself, what have you learned so far? If I ask you, what have you learned so far? You can tell me. So,
Hello.
yeah, what have you learned? Mhm. Hello, me answer. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah,
Save document.
okay, 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 okay. So thank you. So now there's a challenge here which I want you guys to do. Okay. Now the challenge, as you can see here, there's a challenge, the programming challenge. So let's look at the programming challenge here. What are we saying? We are saying that at the end of each chapter, you should practice what you've learned. Okay. So now, how do we practice? So now we want to create a simple program. So this program is called Mad Libs. Okay. So you do a simple your name Python app. Okay. Like what we just did. Okay. So that gives, if you go to this website, you see how MapLib application work. Okay, so you can just take a clue from that. Okay, so what are we going to do is that we are just going to name, to ask the user name and ask for an adjective, a noun, a past tense, verb, and store them in 3 different variables. Okay, just as we did for the name. Okay, in the original program. Okay, then we will print out the sentences like the adjective, noun, verb over the lazy brown dog. So this is what we will do. I hope it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. So now you will see that
Yes.
you complete this sentence. So you can see that the starting is there for you. So the first thing is you ask input or please enter an adjective. So you put an adjective there. You store. So that will be stored in adjective. Then you ask, please enter now. So the person will enter a noun. Person will enter now. Okay. Then you store in now. Okay. Then we ask another question here. Is what? Please enter verb ending in what? Ed. So it's not just any verb, but you want a verb that end with what? End. Okay, so any verb that end with end. Just ask that one. Okay. Then you print your map left. Okay, so that will print your map left. So this is just information that is going to come. Then the next point is you print adjective. So per the information you capture, you print what? There. So this one is just going to begin the whole sentence for you. So adjective, noun, verb, over the lazy brown dog. Okay, so this is a simple exercise that I want all of you to do. So, but then we have other things to do now. Can we just do that, or you want to take it as assignment? What do you want? You want to
Please,
do
you said
assignment? Okay, okay. So I will give it to you as an
Let's
assignment. Okay, so all of you, now, you see as this. Okay, okay. So kindly mute your
echo.
microphone.
yes.
Mute your microphone. Kindly mute your.
Can I try it?
Hello, kindly mute your mic. Okay, so now when you are done, you save your file as what? Matlab.py. So that's how you save your file. Okay, so this is an exercise for you. Okay, so you do it, present it to me. Once you are done, you can send it to me even before next week. I will check it and I'll respond to you. Okay, so now that is exercise for us to do. Now this will lead us to what we'll be doing today. Okay, so you can create a more Madlib program yourself. So here is more Madlib. So let's make our Madlib early, but this time you can create a game, interesting game with that. Okay, can create a guessing game. And so you, after doing that, you need to come up with your own form of game with Madlib. So that will be 2. So I'm expecting you to come up with your own game, okay? And then you use that one as a guessing game. If you can try something on it, that is fine, okay? So I have 2 challenge for you. So there, make it fun and the same as game. It can be animals. It can be if you like animals, okay, so you can use them like that. Okay, if you also want a story that you could pick a characters in them to do, it depends on you. So I want you to do something different from the Madlib, the noun, the adjective what I gave you. So this is come up with your own creativity, come up with something that will be the second part. Okay, so of the Madlib game. So that will be Madlib 2. Okay, so that will be the 2. Okay, so that's what I want you guys to do. Now let's go to today, what we'll be doing today. Okay, so today we will be moving to module 2. Okay, and then module 2 is very interesting. We are going to learn something nice. I believe you will enjoy it. Okay, now you could see this when you talk about turtle. I believe you had you know what a turtle means. Okay, so we are going to use turtle to do graphics, that to draw. Okay, so in this model you will write a simple program that will instruct a turtle graphics to draw, but the turtle graphic is a virtual turtle. So as the turtle move on the screen, turtle is having a pen. So as it move, any distance he move, he leave a mark. That is the trace, your footpath. So for instance, if you are walking, wherever you step, there should be a foot step that somebody can follow to trace you where you are going. So in the same idea, we are saying that wherever the turtle pass, we are giving a pen to turtle, and as it's passing, you should make a mark. So this mark will lead to draw on the screen for us. Okay, so we will have imaginary turtle to move around the screen. Okay, and the turtle carries what? A pen. Okay, and you can instruct the turtle to use its pen to draw. As you know that we are learning about how to give instruction towards the computer. So now we are going to instruct the turtle to draw a line wherever it goes. So the turtle will draw a line wherever it goes. So by writing to move the turtle, writing code to move the turtle, okay, around in the cool patterns, you make it draw amazing pictures. Okay, so as we do that, we will make the turtle to draw an amazing pictures. Okay, so let's see. This is our first program that we write. Let's look at our first turtle program that we want to write. So in this code, we want the turtle to draw something. So what are we going to draw? So now we call this program what? Square Spara, okay, Square Spara 1.py. So that is the name that we will give. So here, see that we should store our program as what? Square what? Spara.py. Okay, so that is what we will do. Okay, so now we are going to draw a square Spara like this. Okay, so how does it work? Now you could see that to get the turtle, we say import turtle. So when you write this one, this is going to import what? The turtle for us, imaginary turtle. So once we import the turtle, we need to create an image of the turtle. You know, we are saying the turtle should have a pen. So to do that, I will use the name turtle.pen. So turtle.pen here will add pen to turtle, like the way you see the turtle here. The way you see the turtle here. Okay, so it's going to add turtle. Okay, so that is what we have. So this program here will give turtle a pen. Okay, what we needed to do is now that we want this turtle to draw 4 lines. So you can see here, this is the first line, then it should draw again to this, it should draw again to this, it should draw again to this. That's what we want. So that is going to be what. Okay, so now you could see that we have that 4, but then we want the turtle to draw more of these lines. So you can see that it should draw like 100 times. So if the turtle is going to draw like 100 times, so we have a range. So this range is going to give our turtle to draw 100 times. Now, I don't want to bore you. So now here is, as turtle move forward, it draw for us. So this is how the turtle will draw. So as it move forward, it will draw. As it move forward, it will draw. Okay, and then we give angle. So you can see here at each angle here is 90 degrees. The angle that the turtle will turn is 90 degrees. Okay, so that is how we are going to write our program. Okay, so we will open our screen and then we will write it.
Please, I have a question.
Okay.
Please, can the turtle draw a limited amount of things.
Yeah, you can draw a lot. You can use the turtle to, so any design that will come in mind, you can use the turtle to do it. So turtle is not limited. Your
Okay.
limitation will depend on your idea, what you want to do. Okay. So now let's see
Okay.
what we could do with the turtle. So first thing is let's open our Tony first. Okay. Open our Tony first. So I'll open my Tony and then let's create a new program. You can see here new. You can see here new. Click on new. Okay. So I have a new. So now we can write our program. The first one is to import turtle. So we need to import imaginary turtle. So say import what? Turtle. So this will import our turtle for us. So if you run your code, you can test if everything is working. So you can see, yes, it's working. We couldn't get any error. So we've imported our what? Turtle. Have you done that? Okay. So the
Yes.
next line, what we want to do, the next line, what we want to do is to give a pen to our turtle. So to do that, we will see that, and then we will store our pen to what? T. So we say T turtle dot pen. So the pen start with P capital pen. So the pen function here. So now our turtle is going to have a pen. So let's see here. So once you run our code, you can see it is running, right? I hope it's clear. Can we continue? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I hope we can continue. Okay. So the next thing is we want to draw turtle. And we are seeing that anytime the turtle move, it draws. So for instance, if you see the turtle should move forward, you can see here, if I even say T, T means that the turtle pen dot forward. Okay. So that is going to see that you are moving the turtle forward. Okay. So forward, maybe you could give a distance where the turtle should move, maybe 10 meters. So that is going to be that your turtle is moving forward 10. Okay, so that is going to draw for you. Okay. And then you can also move what turtle dot angle or 10 left, 10 right. So that one is going to be the angle that the turtle will also turn. Okay. But the interesting thing that we want to do is that we want our turtle to do so many things. We want the turtle to draw more than what we can see. Okay, so now you can see here, I have my turtle here, but this turtle hasn't drawn anything. Okay, you can see that it hasn't drawn anything. So that I want my turtle to start drawing. And then how do we do that? So as we can see here, these ones, because we want to do so many things, we are doing X to this. So it means that this is a range. So it's going to write a number from 1 to 100. Okay, that's what that one simply means. But I just want you to understand, I want you to understand the turtle movement first. Then we can come back to that. So now I did the forward and then I will see T dot left. That is turtle to turn. Okay. And then when turtle turn left, I could see that it should draw a line with what? 10 at 90 degrees. So if I run this code like this, now you can see that turtle draw something small on the screen. Can you see it? Can you see turtle draw something small on the screen? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now we actually want it to be more. Okay. Okay. So what we do is that we need to draw more of this. So now I just want to make this 100. So now I will duplicate this one. It should move another forward 100. Okay. So I'll say 30 should move forward 100. 30 should move that forward again. So you can see T dot forward again. Okay, that is, it should move 100 steps. That's what I mean, 100 steps, and 10 at angle what 90. Okay, another forward again. Okay, and then it should move 100 steps again. Okay, and 10 what 90. So this one, as we have here, once we run this code, you will see our turtle drop. Can you see it? Hello, can you see it? So we have here a move forward and turn an angle what 90 degrees and move forward again. How do you see? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm
Hi.
what is on the screen. We wrote a simple code to move forward 100 steps and turn an angle what 90 degrees and move forward again 100 steps. So you can see here 1, 2. I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Let's see turtle to move forward again. So now turtle should turn another angle. So if I want the square, I need to turn another angle again 90 degrees. So to do that, I will come here and I will say T. That is the T means turtle pin. The T is the turtle pin. So turtle pin dot forward. So now okay, I need the angle first. So it should turn left at 100 degrees again. Okay. Then turtle should move forward. So what is how many? 100 steps, right? So I need to have my T. So T dot 100 steps. So this one will give me line 1, move forward 2, move forward 3. So if I want the last one, I should get my angle. So that is how it's going to be. So I need to turn an angle again. That is T dot left, then angle what 90 degrees. Okay, then it will run. Oh, so let's check our code again. So this is what we have. We've now added more forward. So say T dot forward. So T dot forward will be here. It will move 100 steps. Then it should turn left 90 degrees. So you can see that turn left 90 degrees. Then it should move forward 100 steps again. So that came here. So now I want it to move forward. So I want it to come here, which is this, and turn another angle and move forward. So now I need to add the forward to it. I hope it's clear. T dot what? Forward.
Yes.
T dot forward. Then it should move 100 steps. So now when we run this code, you could see that we will have our turtle being drawn. You can see how it's drawing. Did you see it? I hope you saw it, right? Okay, so this is how the turtle draw. But now we want the turtle to draw not just for wanting to draw 100 boxes. Okay, we want it to draw 100 boxes. So to draw the 100 boxes, okay, 100 squares, we need to place the turtle in a loop like what we just saw. So now we are going to use this for loop to do this code. Okay, so you can see here we have our turtle here. This is our turtle. So the turtle is going to move. Okay, so the turtle is going to, now we use this loop here, the one that's on my screen here. Okay, so what is this one going to do? So this one going to see that 400 steps, so it's going to generate the 100 times for us. Okay, so I'll say x dot this, then I'll place everything here within the same loop, and this is going to write the same code that we just wrote for us. So now we call this program one square hole Spara 1. I hope it's clear. Hello. Hello.
We change the color of the spiral. The spiral.
Yeah, we can change the color of the Spara. We'll get to that, okay? We'll get to changing the color of the Spara, okay?
Please, I can't see your screen.
Can you see my screen?
No, please.
Okay, I believe now you can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is what we will do. So now we continue with the program, what we just wrote here. Have you written this one down? Do you have this code? Okay, so now we are going to
Check this
use.
way.
Yes, sir.
Okwesi was able to do this, but when he ran it, he didn't get the whole square. He just had 30 degrees.
Just have what?
He just had the first half of it, but didn't get the whole square.
Okay, so now you can see that here we have the forward. So turtle move forward. It will move forward with 100 steps. Then it will turn 90 degree. Okay. Then it move forward again. Okay, so that will go up. Then it will turn at left 90 degree. Then it will move forward again. Okay, so you need to complete with another forward. So you can see here we have the forward. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will turn 3 angles. Do you have that?
Yes, he
Hello.
has it. I think let me write it again. So
Mm. Is it working now?
no, can we share?
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Okay. I guess you guys are screen now.
Yeah, I can see your screen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, run it. Let me see. Hello.
Yes, I guess we've run it. We just run it.
And to see the download, I think so. Show it to us. When you run the output, click on it so that you show on your screen.
Not sure, but we run it. And Python is not responding anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I think your code, there's nothing wrong with your code. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes the machine, so maybe when you finish and you restart the machine, you run it will work. Okay, so
Okay, that's
do this way.
fine.
Purple forget has no attribute forward. No, I think there's a mistake somewhere. That's why I didn't work. See your forward, the line 8. Line 8, you forgot to add the app. So it means that one did not work. That's why I couldn't get complete.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's showing the down and here. There's no attribute for forward. Okay. So that's why I couldn't get the complete. So you can run, you can change that and it will work. Okay, now when you run it, you get the full screen.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Okay. So you can stop sharing. So I will. Okay. So okay. So now what we are going to do is that we want to draw a multiple square. So the multiple square we will put in a loop. Okay. So the loop is going to do that multiple square fast. Okay. So now let's start this. So I'm going to start a new program here, like what that we've done. So now this time I will see import. I will import my imaginary turtle. Import turtle. Okay, so I test to see if my turtle is working. Perfect, it's working. So now the next point is I need to draw my turtle pen. So to draw my turtle pen, I will use T. So I will create an image of my pen and see turtle turtle.pen so that I can get access to the pen. Okay, so the pen function. So now I'll test it to see if it's working. Correct, it's working. So now I can see that I'll be able to draw my turtle on the screen. So you could see that I have it drawn. Okay, which is working. Okay. Okay, so now let's continue. So the next point that the next point is I need to write a loop. Okay, that will be able to help me to draw 100 turtles. So to do that, I will use the for loop and say for x. Okay, so x in range. Now we use the range function to be able to draw. Okay, so s dot range what 100. Okay, so here if I want to, what does the range do is that it's going to create numbers from 1 to 99. So let's see if I click here, it starts from 0. So if I click here and let's print the x. So what is going to do is that I'm just doing the text for you to see. Okay, so x. Now once you run this code, you can see that it will print the numbers from 1 to 99. So it means that we will be placing this x in our turtle forward. Okay, so we don't want to write this code one by one again. So we'll place everything in this loop so that this loop will help us to draw turtle like 99 times. I hope it's clear. So that's what we want to do. So this is the loop, and the range will generate the number from 0 to 99. So as you can see here, that is how this one works. So now we can place our turtle in that loop for us to use. Okay, so now I'm not going to do the print. So what I'm going to do is that t, which is my pen dot what, so pen dot forward, pen dot forward, and then I'll place my x in there. So it means that it start drawing from move. When you move step 1, it will go through that process 100 times. Okay, then I will come here and then do t dot left. It should turn left 90 degrees. Okay, so I have that one here. So let's test our code. So now you could see that the turtle is drawing. Okay, so it's going to draw like this. How many times? 99. Okay, so that is how it's going to see it's drawing. Okay, so it's going to draw like that. So you know that you get a nice shape. You see. Okay, so that is simple. So now we've gotten our turtle to draw a shape 99. So you can see the nice shape that we've gotten from our turtle. I hope it's clear. Okay. Okay. So now the program says that we should save this as what? Square what? Spara. So square spara 1. So to save this one, we say that save your work as what? Square what? Spara 1. So you can stop the program, and then I'll come to where I want to give my comment that it should be save as what? I'll bring my hashtag here and say save as what? Spara, say square. So square this is square spara 1. Okay, dot py. Okay, so now we are going to save our work like this. So to save this one, you go to here. You can see the space here. Anytime you write your code that you've not saved, it shows as what on title. It means that once you close Tony, the whole code will go or disappear. Anytime you open, you won't see your work again. So it's advisable always to save your work. Okay, so here I can see Square. I can see Square, the first program that we wrote. So let's save that one. I'll come here and see Square. I can see Square Turtle 1. Okay, and then you click on, it should be py.py. Okay, then you click here to save this. So now I've saved my work. So now you can see here, it's showing here. So I need to save this one too. So to save this, you click here, these balls as save. Okay, so it will come, then I will see Square Spara. Spara 1. Okay, dot py. Okay, then you click on save. Click on save to save this. I hope it's clear. So now we'll be able to save our work, what we've done so far. Okay. Can we continue? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's continue. So now we go to our notes, the module 2. So when we get to module 2, we're able to draw our title. As you can see here, we had this nice design. Okay. So now we use this hashtag as a comment for ourselves. That will guide us what we need to do. Okay. So what do we see that the first line of Square Spara is a comment that tells us how we should save our work. Okay. So comments allow us to write notes in our program. Okay, so we need to have, we call them comments. So it allows us to write notes in our program, okay, to ourselves or to other humans who might read the program later. Okay, so it serves as a reference for you. Okay, so the computer doesn't read or try to understand anything after the hash mark. So anything you put the hash mark there is not for computer, it's for your own self or any other person that want to read your code. Okay, so we see that computer does not read anything or try to understand anything after the hash mark. Okay, so you see comment is just for us to write what something about what the program is doing. Okay, so in this case I have put the name of the program in the comments as well as a brief description of what it does. Okay, now the second line, import the ability to draw turtle graphs. Okay, so importing code does already been written in one of the coolest things about programming. Okay, so if you program something interesting and useful, you can share it with other people. Anytime you are import simply means that it's somebody that wrote that turtle program, and now we are also calling that import to use. So you can also write your own program and people can also import it to use. So we call that library. So library is some cool programmers built in a library. So something that somebody has sat down to write that we can make good use of is the library. So Turtle is a library, it's somebody's work. So we call this one a reusable set of code. to help other programmers like us. Okay, so use Turtle graphics in Python, even though Turtle graphics are what originally from the Lego programming language of the 1960s. Okay, so when you type import Turtle, you are saying that you want your program to be able to use the code that those Python programmers wrote in 1960. Okay, so the title black arrow in the figure as you saw represents what turtle drawing with its pen as it was movement. Okay, so as it move on the screen, it starts what drawing. So the first part of the code here on the third line, we say that what we see T, which are assigned to turtle.pen. It tells the computer that we will use the turtle letter T, the letter T. Okay, we will use the turtle letter T. Okay, which stand for the turtle program. Okay, so that is what we will be using to be able to draw. Okay, and this will allow us to draw with the turtle pen as little as turtle move around what the screen, which I've already explained to you. Okay, so you can take your time and read this one later. Okay, T dot forward means that it should move forward and draw. Okay, so that is what I've explained to you in the previous code that show what does it move. It moves 10 steps. Okay, so this code simply means that it's moving from 0 to 99. The computer almost already start counting at what 0. Anytime computer is counting, computer start counting from 0. So to keep that, so start from 0 and stop at 100. So it will not include what 100. So that is what the range function that you saw means. So it will print up to 99, but not including what 100. Okay, so we did this simple program and we will be able to save our work. So as you write this program here, you could see that turtle will move forward. It will create a number from what 0 to what 99, and that number that it will create at X will be stored in forward. So as you move forward, then it will start what drawing. Okay, but you can see here in the loop here we have 0 to 4. The first 4 lines are drawn at what after X. So that is what it means here. As you can see here, it draw from that, then it moved from 5 to 8 because that is how the turtle draw the square means. So to draw from 0 to 4, then it will move from 5 to 8, another line, then it will move from 9 to 12 and draw another line. So that is how the drawing was calculating. So if I run this code for you, like this, you could see that it's drawing from, So you start from 0 to 4, then move from 5 to 8, then move from 9 to 12, like that, and you join. So always it add 4. Okay, you see how it's going. So that is how the turtle will be drawing in that range for us. Okay, so you take your time, you read here, you understand everything. Okay, so you could see that we have this program being written like this. Okay, you can decide to modify the code. So let's modify this code to change the last line of the program. You can see that it's turning at angle what 90. Let's change the angle 90 to what 91 and save this as what square what sparrow2.py. So let's go to our program and do that change. I've already written this code here, so I don't want to write it again. So I'll do control and copy this line here and copy this code. So just copy this code. To copy, let me go to the screen. Let me show you how you can do copy. So I'll take my keyboard and I'll come here. So now I want to copy this code that we did here. So to do that, you do control A. So control A will highlight everything for you. You can see that it has highlighted everything. You do this control A to highlight everything. You do it at the same time. Control A, highlight. Now you want to copy. You do control C to copy. So now you can see that I've copied everything. So I will come here and click on new program and paste this one here. Okay, so to paste this is how you paste this. So to paste it, you do control V, then you paste it. Okay, so let's do it again. Control at the same time, then you do V. Okay, to paste it. So that is how you do it. So now first thing, let me copy it again. I'll come here, control, highlight everything A, then control C. I've copied it. Then I'll come to my screen. I'll open the new program and I'll do control V to paste it. Okay, so now I've pasted control V. I hope you've gotten that. Have you been able to do it? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, have you been able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to change this line here to 1, and then we will save our work to square spiral 2. Okay, so let's go here, save. Now when you change it to 1, you save this one to square spiral 2. So I'll come here and I'll click here square spiral 2. Okay, and click on save. So what you do is still.py. So let's do .py and click on save. So now I've saved my work. Let's run the code again and see what we can draw. So now when you run this code, you see our turtle will start drawing. So let's see the shape that is giving us at a different angle. So you could see that we are having a nice shape. Okay, so based on the angle, the turtle is giving us a different shape. Okay, so you can see here we are getting a different shape, different design. Okay, I hope it's clear. Have you gotten that?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now let's continue with our program. Okay, so now we've been able to change our design to something different. Okay, so let's see what we've done. So now you can take your time and read this. Okay, you can take your time and read this. I will not be able to go through the reading with you. Okay, but you can take your time and read that. So now we finish with this code. What we can do is that we can also change with a different kind of design. So you can see that we have the angle. We can see here the circle. We have here turtle pen, turtle circle. So we can draw circle. Instead of forward, we can see circle. Okay, so if we change the forward means that the turtle will move forward. with angle. Now, if you want to see circle, you can see T dot circle function. That tells I'm here. How you can see that.
Yes.
Okay, so let me come to the top here for you so that it will be a little bit okay. So now to wrap up, let's wrap up. So we can see that speaking of geometric, turtle graphics can draw a lot more interesting shape than just straight line. Okay, so we go back to the square shape again and see what we could do. Now let's see here, we had the forward, we did the forward. Okay, so we can also have another function where we can do circle. So fortunately for us, the command to draw a circle of a certain size or a radius is as simple to code as the command to draw a straight line. So this one means that T dot forward will draw a straight line to T dot square. Okay, so we could change our code again. And now this time we are going to write what square circle was para 1. So let's do circles para 1. And then we change our code, that is from what forward to what circle. Can we do that? Can we do that? So to do that, we already have our code. Okay. So what we need to do is we don't need to waste time and write the whole thing. So you can just copy. Okay. Control A to highlight, Control C. So now you open a new program. Then you paste this one here. Now instead of the forward, you change it to what? You change it to what? Circle. Right? So now we still maintain the same angle. Okay. Now we save our file, okay, as what? As circle dot what? Spiral. So you save it as circle spiral spiral 1.py. Okay, you save that. Now let's run this code and see what we get. So once you hear, you can see this one to run the code. So you see your turtle will start drawing the circle. You can see here, I thought going to draw 99 times. So you can see how the shape we are getting. Going to draw a very nice shapes, very nice designs. You see here. So we are getting a very interesting design from here. So the angle. So you could do that. If you are into technical drawing, they will ask you to do the same thing. So you realize that in programming, maths play a key role. So in computer deal with mathematics too. So you can learn programming without mathematics. So we apply math concepts in so many things that we do. The logics, everything, you could see there's math in there. Okay, so you need to develop the habit of solving math. And this is where you can apply your math concepts. What you are doing in school, the application will take place when you start programming. So you will appreciate some of the math topic that you'll be doing in school. Okay, so now you could see here, you're getting a very nice design. But the angle that we are getting this from is what? 91. Okay, so we are using 91 degrees. Okay, I hope it's clear. Have you gotten that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so now you draw the designs for us. You can see you've gotten a very nice shape. Very nice shapes, yeah. Okay. 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 So that is it. So we could see that this is how our designs will come out, and then be able to get a very nice designs. Okay. So good. So let's close this. Once
Please,
it's finished. Mm-hmm.
please I have a question. Can we change the color of the lines? Or
Yeah,
is it
that's what. No, I'm seeing that we can add colors to that. We'll get there. Okay. Okay. I hope you understand.
yes?
We get to the color side. So I want to understand the programming. Then you could add all those colors to it. Okay. So now this is how the designs will turn out. You could see the diameter. The radius of X means the diameter. Okay. So of the total width. Okay. Of the circle. And it will turn into X. Okay, so you can see it's X. Okay, so this is two pieces, as you can see. By adding, we can also add colors to what we are doing. Okay, so adding touch of color. Okay, so to add the color to what we are doing, like what we just did here, we could also see pen dot color. So instead of we saying pen, the default is black. So for instance, we want to change our color to red. So we could do Spara 3. So the Spara 3 here, we are going to use the color pen red. So you can say T dot pen color. Okay, then we change the color. Okay, I hope it's clear. So now let's go there and do that. So we'll end here. The rest you can practice at home. Okay. So what we'll do is that I will just use the same program and do Spara 3. Okay. So the Spara 3, I'll do highlight the whole program here and copy. Okay. And open a new program. This time I'm going to focus on Spara 3. So now I'll change here to 91 because I want to do 91. So before my pen starts writing, I will come here and say T dot what? Pen color. And then I'll change my pen color to what? Red. Okay. So now you change your pen color to red to be able to use it to do the drawing. So now I can see here it's now drawing with what? The color was red. I hope it's clear. Hello. Okay, so this is how you can change your pen color, and then you'll be able to get the output. So from here, you see that we've changed our color, and then we use a different color to draw, which is red. Okay, draw. So you can change it to blue, you can change it to green, any color that you wish to change to, you can change it to that color. Okay, so try your hands on them. Next week we will continue by adding more colors. So for instance, we want to add more colors, like maybe 4 colors. They say red, yellow, blue, green. You can try at home if you could able to do, but we will end here. So this will give us more colors. So for instance, the same drawing, now I'm going to add more colors. So I can have colors here, and then I'll have more colors here, and that. But I don't want to worry you, so we could just continue next week, and then we will have more colors to our spiral design. Do you have any question? Hello. Do you have
Hello.
any question? Do you have any question for me? Hello, do you have any question for me?
No, please.
Okay. So I believe you've gotten the understanding of what we've done so far. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So like I said, you could add the color. This is what we did. Now I had a list of colors, which is red. Are you watching? I have a list of colors, which is red, yellow, blue, and green. Now, these colors.
Why do you get distracted easily?
This list of colors are there. So where I'm calling my colors now, because you want to the system to pick more of the colors. Now at each point here, you could see that we have X. So X module 4. Now in computer, when you see module means remainder. Okay, module means remainder. So if you pick any number with the module, then the remainder, if it's remainder 0, it will just take that one and then give it out. Okay, so if it's going to be the total of that's going to be 4, then you need to pick the first one. Okay, so that is how, if it's 4, then there will be module 1. Okay, so that is how the whole thing will be. Okay, so now let's see how we can go about it. Like the first one that we did, we realized that we see that the drawing was take from 0 to 4. That is the range. Okay, from 0 to 4. Let's do the module thing for you to see. So if I go to my Tony, let's see here. Let's close here. Let me see if we can finish that and then we close. So next week we do something different. So now when you have this one, let's say 4 module 4. Okay, 4 module 4 will be 0. Okay, 4 module 4 will be 0. Okay, so in the range that we have here, if I have another one, let's say 5 module 4. 5 module 4 will be what? If 4 people are sharing 4 items, what will be the remainder? 4 people sharing 4. 0. So that is why we had 0 here. If 4 people are sharing 5 items, what will be the remainder?
0.
No, 4 people are sharing 5 items. What will be the remainder? What will be
1.
So that's where we put. So now when you come here, 1. Okay, so you can see that we have 1 here. Now the next one will be from 9 to 12. So it means that if 4 people are sharing let's say 4 people are sharing 9 items. What will be the remainder?
5.
No, we have 9 being shared by 4. What will be the remainder?
1.
1. Okay, will be the remainder 1. Okay, so that's how this one works. Okay, so we just need to understand the module thing. Okay, so that is a different thing. So anytime you see the module, so when you check our code here, it means that we have the colors. How many colors do we have here? How many colors? How many colors? 4, right? We have 4 colors. Okay, so because I don't want to confuse you with this, but today I've explained the module to you. Next week we will continue on with this. I'll take my time and then you do this, okay, and be able to get the colors. The reason why this one is picking this color and at what point you are getting this color. So we will end here, but go and try what you've done here so far. If you're able to use the draw a turtle with the straight line, and then we'll be able to use a turtle to draw what a circle. Okay, but anytime you change the angle, it comes with what a different design. That is what I want you to know. Anytime you change the angle, it comes with a different design. So for instance, if this one we change the angle to, let's change the angle to 45. So I'm changing my angle to 45. Let's see what design will really get. You could see where you see the design that I'm getting. I hope you've seen the design. Hello,
Hello.
have you seen the design?
Yes.
Yes. So anytime you change your angle, it will draw for you a different set of design. So you could come out with a nice design. Try your hands at it. Try your hand. Tomorrow, next week, we are going to work on 4 colors. You can work on 5 colors. You can work on 6 colors. Okay. So just practice this one first. Try and come out with a different design. Doing the
I have a
angle.
question.
Okay.
Can the turtle only do illusions?
Um. Okay. So what I believe that idea of the turtle is to, as we move forward, it draw a shape. Okay. So now there are a lot of, if maybe let's see that we want to see what exactly the turtle can do. So I can come here. Let's say import turtle. Okay. And then let's print turtle. Let's print turtle directory. Let's see exactly what turtle can do. So now I'm going to have turtle. So now you could see that these are the turtle, what the turtle can do. So there are a lot of things the turtle can do. So you can see here, we can draw shapes. These are a lot of them. Okay, we can see the colors side, what it could do here. Okay, you can see here, we can use it for mass listing, the join. Okay, so you could see here a lot of things that the turtle can do. But at your age, pens up, maybe you want to draw again. You can see the radiant here. Okay, so go to stamp. Okay, we can see title, we can see weight. Okay, so there are a lot of things that the turtle can do. You can use the turtle to write. You can see right here. So turtle the write. Okay, so turtle the shapes. So you can use it to get a lot of shapes. Okay, you can get the shape size. Okay, so turtle can do so many things, but at your level, we need to first take it from the basic. Okay, so what we are concentrating on today, you've learned about circle. So you can use turtle to draw a circle, which we went through that. Okay, and then we also did the forward. So you can use the turtle to move forward on the screen and be able to do something. So these are some of the things that the turtle can do. Okay, I hope it's clear.
Yes.
Okay, so turtle can do so many things. You can see some of them. So let's try our hands on what we learned today. Okay, and then don't forget to complete the assignment in module 1. Okay, do you have any question for me before we close? Any question? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if there's no question, then we can close today's sessions. But this class is being recorded, so I will send you the recorded version so you can watch. And if there's something bothering you, you can just follow the instruction, what we did here, and do the same. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much. See you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.